Good day, everyone, and welcome back to Will a Wonderful World. Last time we finished up Jimmy's thing, and we finally got that final ending. Well, not the final ending, but that last ending for Shang. So let's see, we got Blue Lady and
Porque siempre me pasa esto.
We got ourselves a Blue Lady. Wind was getting stronger when I left the detention center. Everyone on the street was walking fast, probably anxious to get home. Held on tightly to a piece of paper in my hand that wouldn't get blown away. Earlier, I'd written down a short note in a hurry. Blue Lady, 𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬. That was the official message Ji-yeon had left me. I hadn't expected that she would be the one that was being detained in place of Lieutenant King. Maybe Transfiguration was as complicated as I thought. Then again, where was Kang? Hoping to see him. That plan hadn't worked either. Now this note was the only lead I had. I had to go to the Blue Lady and find this person named 𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬. Blue Lady was an infamous gay bar in Busan. For police and gangs in particular, it was infamous because it was an establishment that belonged to the Bungmung gang. Sat down at the bar and ordered a glass of OJ. Checked my surroundings. Quite a few people seemed to be giving me strange looks, and they were whispering something under their breath. Didn't quite fit this place. Yeah, whatever. I had real business to worry about. Speaking of business, who was this 𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬 Pyongyang. Was he a frequent customer to the owner of this place? Waved the bartender, hoping to ask his name, but before I opened my mouth, I suddenly felt helping blowing on my head. My face slammed into the bar. After who knows how long, I heard a slapping noise and a pain in my face. Finally opened my eyes. Judging from the lights, I must be on the second floor. See the office desk, couches, folding chairs, table. There was even a coconut tree? Tried to sit up, but I realized my left hand had been cuffed to the desk slab. Some young men surrounded me at the wall. They all looked like they were in a gang. One of them had a full head of curly hair, and he was crouched next to me. He kept slapping me in the face with what felt like a card. So I to move my face before I saw he was holding a police ID. And the police officer would be hanging out here. Don't tell us what you're here for. We're going to think that you're here for some fun. His buddies all laughed. This didn't look good. But I didn't want to cause too much trouble. I just need to get out of this. Curly-haired man kicked me in the stomach. Talk. You think we, the Bungmun gang, are an easier target than the Muslim gang? If we want, we'll guarantee we'll feel something, ecstatic. That's the wrong word. It should be excruciating. A man nearby would split things, try to correct the curly guy who immediately slapped him on the head. Door opened. All the men who were laughing hysterically took one glance and immediately stood up straight, shouting, "Good evening, sir." A very tall man had walked into the room. He was wearing a pink flowery shirt and a pair of leafy green beach shorts. He was incredibly tropical. He then quickly noticed what was going on. "What do you guys have here?" Scout sneaking around the bar. We were about to question him. Curly-haired guy was very formal. The other guys picked me up and then slammed me face down on the desk. Man called sir, then caressed my back with one hand. Very fit. Looks like a lot of potential. Potential? What potential? He's talking about joining their business? What kind of joke was that? I was someone who had dreamt of defending justice and becoming a real hero, but to keep myself from getting in trouble, I had to keep it under control. Even though I could control my anger, I couldn't feel my body. If he didn't stop soon, I was going to let out a loud fart. I remember seeing a diagram of a human brain. They would write lots of words representing what a person was thinking at a time. If someone were to draw a diagram, it would be filled with the word fart. Why? Even worse, it might be running out of space. Jesus Christ, why? After giving me another inch on the butt, the man finally stopped molesting me. "Oh, I didn't know you were here looking for me." Turned around and I saw he was holding the note I had in my pocket. I finally understood. The sir was 𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬, the boss of this bar, but I never imagined he'd be a bona fide gangster and the leader of the Simsu group with the Buzman game within the game. Why would Yang ask me to find him? "You're 𝐂.𝐒 man. What do you want from me?" Catch the ID he threw back at me. The ID was the only said I was from Unit 4. Must know about Kang. Still couldn't figure out what the relationship was. Friends? Foes? Maybe he was Lieutenant Kang's informant. Since the officer asked me to find him, he must be someone who can help. I briefly explained the reason for my visit and mentioned that Min Jun had been murdered. I withheld most of the details of Kang's situation. I was thinking that I could at least feel him out first. Just chuckled and lit a cigarette. "Kid, are you trying to hold something back? You're 10 years too young to play this game with me. Let me put it this way. I'm an information broker. If you want information from me, you need to trade. It's that simple. Understand?" Blue smoke in my face, smiling. I held my left hand steady. I took out the tail I had hid in my right palm, reached for the pocket of my shirt. I bit my lip and said, "Fine, how about this?" Handed him my weapon and pulled out a small notepad. It had all the trivial information I collected. Most of the information was about the Muslim gang, although there was something about the Bugman gang too. There was nothing particularly infirm or classical, otherwise I wouldn't be carrying it. Since he had mentioned trade, he must mean something like this. Suppose I'd be able to buy it with money. Took the notepad, flipped through, and quickly tossed it in the trash can. Then he made a gesture. The men who had been watching me immediately surrounded me. Then they started to mercilessly beat me up. He stood outside of the circle and gently said, "Young man, you're not cut out to be a police, and you're definitely not cut out to be Bak-young's man. If you ever dare show your face on my turf again, you'll be dead." After those words, they tossed me out from the second floor window. I fell into the garbage canister. It hurt so bad I couldn't move for a while. The night was freezing cold. I was so stupid to make such a careless move. What exactly did he want through? What does he want? What do I got to work with? What about this? A beam of silver light flashed me on my left middle finger flew off my hand. Blood was dripping out of the wound and left some red dots. I covered my entire left hand with my right one and dropped to the ground rolling in pain. "It's yours. Fuck you." I fainted. "Call a doctor." "No, you idiot, not Dr. Cheng, Dr. Wang, the one who lives at Gangnam Dong." I heard jingle and opened my eyes just a little bit to make a peek at what was happening. Threw away the cigarette in his hand and carried me to the couch. His men were in a complete disarray. I had made the right call. If his men were a true friend, then he must value loyalty and bravery. If all he had cared about was profit and benefit, then he was seen through my performance. I would at most get a beating. And I could still give him what he wanted in trade for information. Nevertheless, this was my best result I could have hoped for. Finally burst out laughing and sat on the couch with my hand holding back my stomach. Then I stood up. He looked stunned, picked up a severed finger off the ground with my perfectly intact left hand. I bought the fake finger in a small shop on the way here. Not only did they have fake fingers, they also had fake ears, eyes, and everything. The owner had said to me that if you want to survive in a gang, they were all the necessities. If I brought the whole set, he'd give me a discount. So I did, and I hid them all on me. Turned out they were indeed valuable. "You bastard." Wang Yum fell on the couch, laughing hysterically. "Well, I guess Bak-young had pegged you wrong completely. He just told me you were just serious and boring fella. Told his men to make us some tea and then began to tell me everything he knew. 2 hours later, I drank the last cup and left Blue Lady. Started walking towards Officer Minjun's home in the cold, biting wind." How many endings are there? Oh, there's another ending, which I believe I know how to get. I just need to find which one is it. No. 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 Oh, there's the character sheet. Didn't need that, though. No, no. This one. I need ending Z. Which unfortunately means spotty stuff doesn't happen, but here. Because if I remember correctly, there's an ending I can get here. If it's... Which way is it, though? If I remember correctly... No. Oh, there we go. A beam of silver light flashed and the cigarette mouth was cut in half. My tail had also left a bloody mark on his face. The people in the gang were all evil. I had to teach him a lesson. The men who had been watching by the walls immediately had surrounded me with all weapons in their hands. I had planned for the worst case scenario. I would knock every single one of them out. Wam Yum waved his hand and stopped his men. "Bak-ya has mentioned you several times. You are exactly like he said. What a shame. Brave but stupid. Tell you what, take care of this case. As for you, consider staying here and helping us out. I could use someone like you." Felt a sudden spill of dizziness. Smoke he had blown at my face earlier was hypnotic. When I woke up, I found myself locked in a small room. Someone brought me meals every day. I recognized his face, and I realized that I was probably still in custody of the Bungman gang, although I couldn't figure out what their purpose was. You know, I was worried about Lieutenant King and how the investigation of Officer Minjun's murder had been going. 2 weeks later, finally let me out. Told me in person that Lieutenant King had fled to another country and he was fine. He set up a video chat with Lieutenant King, showing me that he was indeed safe. I was unable to help him out, neither could anyone on the force. It was someone in the gang who had saved him. My sense of justice had taken a shock. I became depressed for quite a time. After Lieutenant King left, Officer Young was transferred to Unit 1. The days without Lieutenant King were not only boring, but they had nothing to do with justice whatsoever. I eventually came to terms with what had happened. It was out of my curiosity, or my gratitude for his help, but I decided to resign from police and went back to the Blue Lady once again. I became a bartender. Every day I had heard all kinds of interesting stories from the customers. Occasionally I would help deal with some of the guests who were causing trouble. One day some of the customers told me something major happened at Buseng Police Precinct. I didn't really care about the place anymore. As long as I have justice in my heart, I could still be a hero. In another life. Yes. Because you have to get the Z ending. Which I had already gotten. So yes. And And then Carlos. A nightly roll call had just ended. All the gates were locked. It had finally quietened down. The guards had left. I pulled up a chair on the bunk and sat in front of Haruto with a smile on my face. I need to ask you for a favor. Her and I had been in this cell for over 2 months. We were still not friends who could chat with each other. So I had a little surprise at what I just said. I figured that even if he didn't want to respond, he would be curious. What? I'd like to play a card game with you. Whole thing had begun about a month ago. You had come to visit me and warned me of getting out of here as soon as I can. A prison break sure sounded cool, but it was a difficult task. Then I caught by Pine while trying to hide the tools. No choice but to tell him everything. To my surprise, he offered to join me. What kind of luck did I have? Used to watch a movie with Ren about prison break. In the movie, the prisoner had been secretly digging a hole in his cell until he managed to escape on a stormy night. Would I have to do this for years? Besides, it's not something that I could do that would get easier with more people involved. We even lived in different cells. Someone was bound to grow suspicious about him, and I talking to each other during yard time. Therefore, to succeed, the first thing I need to do is get Pi in the same cell. While Hotaru was greedy, conniving, and disgusting weasel, he had his own weaknesses. Rather, there was something about him I could exploit. He loved card games, and he was a great player. Played with the other inmates a lot, sometimes with wagers of over 5 figures. He had won a lot of money in here. With his special skills, nevertheless, many people were still willing to pay him. For one single reason. He never bet any money himself. Instead, he only bet favors. If Hotaru lost, he would do one favor for the winner as long as it was in his power. Hotaru got along really well with all the guards. No trouble smuggling in some contraband or even getting some privileges for someone. Even the guards enjoyed playing a hand or two with him every once in a while. Always a sweet deal for Hotaru. So it was time for me to ask him for a favor. If I could win, there was no doubt he would agree to switch cells. Didn't have to worry about being suspicious of my intentions or reporting it to the guards. Hotaru's only good quality was that he would only hold up his end of the deal. Only problem with that was it would not be easy to win. Never played poker when I was in Mexico. I played poker after coming to Hong Kong. I could only play a couple of times when Ren would teach me. I didn't have any money to gamble with. This was my idea, was pies. I agreed to lend me a lot of cash, even blackmailed some of the inmates to help train me. Soon everyone seemed to think of me as Pie's sidekick, and they began to show more respect. A month had gone by, and I was finally feeling a little confident. Win or lose, it all depended on tonight. Took out 10,000 Hong Kong dollar bills and counted them in front of Hotaru. He was ready to lie down, but I saw his eyes glisten. Sat back up and crossed his legs. Fine, let's have a quick game then. Blackjack. Oh, I know, blackjack. The rules were simple. Draw 4 cards. The players then exchanged cards with each other. Whoever had the hand that added up closest to 21 wins. An ace's value could either be 1 or 11, while jacks, queens, and kings were all 10. Both players had the same sum. The hand was a tie, and they draw a new hand. The one who had the hand closer to 21 wins half of the opponent's bet, and the game continues. If the winner had exactly 21, he wins half the opponent's take, and the game ends. Both players should put down the same bet, and whoever had more winnings wins the whole game. With the rules made like that, sounded like it go on forever. Usually ended quickly as there were numerous combinations that added up to 21. Still, I didn't expect for him to play blackjack with me since it relied more on pure luck. Then again, I wasn't sure if it was a good thing for me or not. Shuffling, drawing, stared at my cards, thought long and hard about what card. I thought long and hard with my heart pounding in my chest and decided to keep these cards. A 2, a 3, a 6, and I gave Hotaru an 8. I wish I had this card in my hand. An ace. I took the card from Hotaru. It was an ace. Why would he give away an ace? He slammed the cards. 8, ace, ace, ace. Game over. Thanks. Hotaru grabbed the 5 bills, stuffed them in winnings, and went to sleep. Only one game. I was still sitting in my chair, stunned at my unbelievable luck. Would Pie's plan really work? Was there any other way? Carlos. Now, I know what his hand... Okay. I have a 2, 3, 6, and an 8. He has an 8... He has 4 aces. He has 4 aces. So, 2, 3, 6, and 8. That leads up to 14, 17, 19. That leads up to 19. So, I need... If I have an ace, a 3, and a 6, that's 20. There we go. Because if he has 4 aces, a good amount of aces, he could give me an ace. Boom. Look at he split. 21. Took the cards from Hotaru. It was an ace. Why would he give me an ace? Double check my hand. 3, 6, ace, ace, 21. Hotaru and I slammed our cards at the same time. Game over. Looked at Hotaru's hand. 8, ace, ace, ace. He had 21 too. Wait. How could there be 5 aces? I grabbed him by the collar, so that's how you've always won, you cheater. Hey, shut your mouth, you're the cheater. The other inmates were all woken up by your yelling, and they were now booing and cheering. Tara pushed me away. Count the cards. Count the whole deck, and we realized that not only were there too many aces, there were also missing 2. Both stripped off our clothes to prove our innocence. We searched the entire cell and couldn't find the missing 2. He suspected someone might have messed with the cards last time he played. In the end, we had to get a new deck and restart the game. Unfortunately, luck was not on my side this time. Ooh. Okay. How many different things? There are 7 different ways this could end up. Okay, reset the whole thing. What else is there? 8 and 2. 2, 8, that's 10. He has 4 aces. That's what he has. He has 4 aces. Which means he will have 4 aces, and he'll get whatever card I have. So I need to trade with him, let's think. 3 aces. 1, 11, 2. He will always have at least 13. Trade him with the 8. I get an ace. That's 2, 3. That's 11, 1. That's 12. He would have 21, or at least 20. If I gave him the 6, 2, 3, I would have 13 plus an ace, 14. He would have 6, 11, 13. Nope, that's too much. If I gave him a 3, mine is 14. 16 plus 1, that's a 17. He has a 3. There we go. I'd win. I took the card from Mutaro. It was an ace. Why would he give away an ace? He showed our hands. Neither of us had 21, but my hand was closer. I won half the bet. However, in the next hand, Mutaro hit 21. Game over. I lost. Shit. That was not good. Let's see. What if I gave him an ace, and I wish I had an 8. Took the card from Mutaro. It was an ace. Why would he give away an ace? He slammed the cards I had just given him. You cheated. I didn't understand what had just happened. Mutaro showed me the rest of his hand. Ace, 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 ace. Including the ace he just gave me, there were 5 aces. There had to be something wrong with the cards, but Mutaro didn't give me a chance. He went straight to bed. Absolutely hate cheaters. Go play with the others, you loser. Nope. So, I can't give him the ace. What if... Oh, there has to be a card I give him. Okay. Can I give him... Nope. How about that? I gave him the 6. What would that do? That'd be 6. He took the card from it. It was an ace. Why would he give away an ace? He showed our hands. Neither of us had 21. However, there were 5 aces. We stared at each other, counting the cards. Not only was there 1 ace, there was also a missing 2. Okay. There's a missing 2. Suspected that someone must have messed with the cards last time he played. Got a new deck. Unfortunately, I lost. So wait a minute. What if I gave him the 2 and he gave me an ace? Nope. What if instead of I wish I had an ace, I wish I had like an 8? There we go. Give him the 2. Because that would still be close. I took the card from Mutaro. It was an ace. Why would he give away an ace? Double check my hand. 3, 6, ace, ace, 21. Slam the cards. Game over. Mutaro looked at his cards and yelled, "You cheated." Showed me his hand. 2, ace, ace, ace. How could there be 5 aces? No, I didn't. It must be you. Don't lie to me. If you're still a man, just own up to it. I honestly didn't know where the 5th ace came from. Even though I didn't think Mutaro would do something, I couldn't afford to be a pushover. He looked a little tense. Silent for a while, and eventually squeezed out a sheesh. Fine, you won. But let me be clear, I'm not a miracle worker either. Of course, all I'm asking for you is to switch cells with Pi. Please say yes, please say yes. Suddenly prayed the Lord would hear us, and both my hands were clenched in a fist. Mutaro looked troubled this time. That... sorry, I can't. No way, I collapsed in the chair and loud disappointment sigh. I didn't expect the plan would fail at this step. I was so close. Well, listen, I'll tell you why, but you have to promise not to tell anyone. He put away his cards and lowered his voice. Although even if you do, I'll guarantee you'll be the one to suffer. He got off the bed, then he started pulling out stuff that he'd been piling underneath it. He then told me to look under the bed. I laid down on my stomach and put my head down. A huge hole. He's already been... Well then, let me quickly just... My goodness. That was amazing. That was amazing, I will say that. That was kind of amazing. No. I want to put the S ending. There we go, some letters. You know what? I think... Can I quickly... Well, hold on. Hold on. You know what? Just this once. Just while I'm here, let me quickly look up a thing. Give me a minute. Okay, I got it. Okay, so... Final thing, just to round it out, because I feel like I need a 2, 3, 8, give him the 6. There we go. Because, you know, it's right here, it's in the video. I'm gonna move on to the next thing anyway, so why not? It was an ace. Why would you give away an ace? Show of the hands, neither of us had 21, but his hand was closer. Draw won half the bet. In the next hand, he hit 21. Game over. Ah, I see. Okay. Now... Sorry, I'm on the quest for stars. So I really just want to finish up. I mean, look at this. All the stars. Because I remember, I played this game a long time when it first came out. And I remember hearing about, oh, in order to get a secret ending, you need to get all the stars. So I just want to make sure that I'm able to do that. Now, letters.
부처님, 나도 좀 도와줘요.
Key fob.
Dios, ¿qué
Catch me
debería
if you
hacer?
can. First off, key fob. I think we'll do one more. Officer Minjun's home was very clean. On top of that, the Superior Investigation Agency and Unit 3 had been combining for this place for quite a few days, so it was very clean too. No other visitors anymore. Police tape was stretched across the door. Calendar living room was still on a Wednesday's page. It was the day of his murder. Already been 3 days since. Remember that Minjun once mentioned that he didn't like those calendars that had Sundays as the first day. He always said he preferred Mondays as a start. To him, it represents a new beginning for our work. Although as police officers, we never did enjoy relaxing on the weekends. Bowls and dishes in the cabinet were all spotless and meticulously stacked. Weren't many clothes in the closet. I remembered every single one. A bunch of old DVDs were stacked, all of the military documentaries about wars and weapons. Walked around the whole apartment several times, but I couldn't find anything relevant. Lay down on the couch and started staring at the ceiling, feeling like I'd run into a dead end. According to 𝐂𝐤, Lieutenant Kang was definitely innocent because they were drinking together at the time of Minjun's death. However, drinking with a gangster was not going to be a very convincing alibi. Besides, it would cause unnecessary problems. At this point, the only way to prove Lieutenant Kang was to find the real murderer. Also gotten some information about Officer Minjun from 𝐂𝐤. Officer Minjun used to have a criminal record because he had been involved in a murder. For some reason, the case had been dropped and there were probably many records of it either. At the very least, there had been nothing about this in the electronic records. Of course, not many people knew about this at all. Moreover, Officer Minjun was not just a casual military and weapon aficionado. He privately purchased lots of regulated and even banned weapons through multiple shady channels. Arsenal contained probably an arm of a small team of Spec Ops soldiers. However, 𝐂𝐤 had said that he wasn't sure if his special hobby was relevant to his death. Information that did have a direct connection to the case was in regards to surveillance tapes. All the surveillance tapes from near the apartment were gone. Therefore, it was very likely that Officer Minjun had been killed in his own home. Unfortunately, there haven't been any witnesses who might have seen any visitors. Overall, although I had gathered all the potentially valuable information, I still had no clue as to the true identity of the killer. Yawn and I was getting sleepier the more I thought about it. Oh, yawn. Just as I was falling asleep, I felt something on my butt. I put my hand in the back of my pocket and took out his keys. There was a keychain fob that was in the shape of a telephone. I remember the fob well. Not many keys, but the fob seems way too big and inconvenient. I remember that I had once been pouring some water over while he was reading a new edition of Firearms Encyclopedia. I was peeking at his book over his shoulder when I actually spilled water over his desk. Minjun immediately pulled out some napkins and started wiping his keys and fob while cursing at me. He didn't wipe the book. Could it be? Went into the kitchen, found some flour and sprinkled on the fob. Took it out and blew it. It worked. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. These were probably the most frequently used digits. Try pushing them. The buttons on the fob could indeed be pressed. Looked like this could be a passcode or something. However, I didn't know what the passcode was for, or what the passcode could be. Speaking of code, I can vaguely recall that Officer Minjun had once told me about a series of mystic numbers, which might just have something to do with this. Mystic numbers? But I remembered that those had only 6 digits, but there were 7. Could it be the passcode was changed often? I seem to recall there were some relevant formulas. He had written those down for me while trying to explain how mystical the numbers were. Okay, regardless, I should give it a try. Let me think. The code was probably 1, 2, 8, 5, 7, 4. Nothing happened. No, I couldn't just try a random combination. There are too many possibilities. 6 digits, 6 digits. Why would there be one too many pressed on the fob? I was certain that Officer Min-jun had written the number down on the corner of a piece of paper that I had written my report on. May have written something else on it later? So long ago, I must have thrown it away. This was so frustrating. What on earth was the passcode? Sheng Yang-min. Now, what I am assuming this means is I have to go back and replay one of the earlier stories when he was alive, right? And look for a code. But because I am a hard ass, I'm going... Okay, so it's not 9. So what I mean, I'm just gonna pick random... What is it? Oh, there's only one thing. So you know what? I think this is a good time to go back, read through some of the kidnapping. Yeah, let's start here. Numbers. Do I see a series of numbers? Kang, 30 officers. All this will probably be uncut because, goddamn, I don't want people to think I just cheated and looked up the answers. So no numbers in that one. Soap opera. Numbers. 10,000 words. Regular. Officer Min-jun had left the office. Lieutenant, a while ago. Unit 2. Unit 4. 3. No. Cargo shorts and a beach shirt. Lieutenant Kang, nothing at all. I could still chat with Min-jun. I'll lend you a grenade. I was at a bar called Crash. Choi Johan's only Kangbok. Shut the fuck up. Hey, watch it. Numbers. I need numbers. History. Let me see this one. The bar. Okay, never mind. I need a gun. Firearm. Form. Don't have time for the form. Standoff. No, it's probably like on kidnapping. Yeah, at the end of the good ending of kidnapping. Let me see. 10 floors up. Tail. For a moment, I let out a sigh of relief. This is my justice. Next one. Soap opera. History on the S. What is that? Number 12 cc's. Stalking mission. This one. Is there anything in this one? Make him pay. Disasters in Unit 4. This guy was an accomplice to murder. Anybody home? No. Hold on, let me go back to this one. Had written these down, trying to explain how mystical the numbers were. Had I written something else on it later? When did you write reports? When did you write reports? When did you write reports? Kidnapping. Histories. A. Something important happened at the fire station. Okay, Kang. No, it's not that. So it's just S. Not this one. This one. Histories. No, it wouldn't be this one. It'd be the next one. Cargo shorts. History. Blindfolded me. The warehouse. Nope. Unfortunately not. Well, shit. It looks like I'm gonna have to guess. What would the numbers be? What would the numbers be? Nothing happened. Numbers. If we got the number. Mystic numbers. Oh, thank God I'm not, like, under a time limit to figure this shit out. Otherwise, I'd never be able to figure anything. I'm tempted to look it up, but I don't want to. Let me see. 6 digits. Why would there be 1 pressed? I was certain that Officer Minjun had written the numbers down the corner of the piece of paper that I had written my report on. Wait, hold on. The safe. This one, right here. No, not this one. This one. Unit 4 gone. Unit thing. Although I did read a lot of familiar words in my reports, my words, some Minjun's. I learned 2, W620. Officer Minjun was murdered, found the Glock 43. 4-digit code, Minjun's death, last person in the office. I entered the passcode. The men's bathroom was a stall. The visitation allowed. That's 4. Meow. Nope. That's Unit 4 gone. Disaster in Unit 4. Would it be written in 𝐂? No, it wouldn't be written in 𝐂's. Shoot. What are... Hold on. You know what? I don't think this is cheating, but I'm going to look up in a separate window. I'm not going to look up the answer, but I'm seeing what are mystic numbers. I don't think that's cheating. Numerology is any belief in the divine of mystical relationship between number and one or more coinciding events. It also is the study of numerical values. Yeah, meanings of the numbers. What are the meanings? 1, number of the leader. 2, number of partnership. 3, number of good fortune. 4, number of stability. 5, number of marriage. 6, number of beauty. Number of perfection is 7. Number of abundance is 8. 6 numbers. Stable, partnership, leader, perfection, abundance. Stability, perfection, abundance, marriage, partnership, leader. Let me try, what is it? 4, 7, 8, 5, 2, 1. 4, 7, 8, 5, 2, 1. Nope. It's not cheating if I look at this, right? Because it's like, what about religion? Mythology, Norse numbers? No. What are these numbers? My God. Okay. Mythology. Numbers faced with meanings of forgiveness. What? No. Leader, partnership, stability, marriage, perfection, abundance. Abundance, perfection, marriage, stability, partnership, fortune. 8. The abundance. Maybe it's like a sentence, like the abundance of perfection. Abundance of perfection. And the leader of a stable partnership? Like 8, 7, 1, 4, like that? No, what would it be? What would it be? It'd be... No. Let me look at the numbers. Abundance, marriage, leader, partnership, stability, perfection. The abundance of marriage is perfection. The leader of stability is partnership. So that'd be 5, 8. Yes! Yes, yes, yes! I have no idea what any of that means. Wait, let me look at those numbers again. What did I just spew out of my mouth? The abundance, marriage, perfection, leader, stability, partnership. And 9, I'm assuming, is wisdom. That's the wisdom I need. Where did they show those numbers? I'm dumb. Whatever. I heard an electric beeping. Before I could figure out what the beeping had come from, the body mirror in the middle of the living room wall suddenly rotated. I don't care how I got to that answer. I don't even care if it makes sense, but I did it. It revealed a long and narrow tunnel behind it. Climbed into the tunnel and took a sharp right turn. At the end of the tunnel, there was a long and narrow room hidden between 2 walls barely wider than the tunnel itself. I entered the narrow space and was surrounded by stainless steel walls. It was lit by several daylight bulbs, which somehow gave the room a feeling of holiness. There was all kinds of hooks and shelves attached to the steel walls, while numerous firearms and grenades were placed among them. Half a dozen AWMs, Arctic Warfare Magnum, gotcha, and even RPGs. It was indeed an arsenal. Now I understood why Officer Min-jun was always telling me that he would lend me a grenade. He hadn't been joking. Since I was the one in possession of the fob, I assumed that no one in Lieutenant 3 had found this place. Maybe there might be some clues. Most of the guns were covered in a little bit of dust, but the floor, on the other hand, seemed unusually clean. I kept walking back and forth. Sat down, crouched down, even lay down, which when I saw it. Next to the wall opposite the door was a small wooden table. All kinds of firearm cleaning and maintenance tools. One of the table legs seemed to have a slightly darker tip. Looked as if it had been covered with something dirty. Took a flashlight and pointed at it. It wasn't just something dirty, it was blood. I could also see 2 small seams in the table leg where the blood stain was. Reached out with my hand and touched the seams. The middle part sprung open. A secret slot with something inside. It was a recorder, and it was still recording. Pressed the stop button first and then pressed play. Voices came out of the speaker. One was familiar, Min-jun. When are you going to stop bothering me? You think you could just hide from me by not coming to the station? Another familiar voice. My eyes opened wider, stared at the recorder. I could not believe. Although it wasn't loud and clear, there was no way I could have mistaken the voice. Second belonged to Lieutenant 3 Kim Young-ho. I've done far enough for you. Everything is over. I'll resign and go back to my hometown next week. You want to go home? Don't be ridiculous. Did you forget about your dirty little secret? Legal possession of weapons is one thing, but being a murderer is another. You don't need to tell me how many years you'll be spending in jail for manslaughter, do you? 𝐂.𝐒, are you going to blackmail me with that in my entire life? You think I'm going to just let you do that? I've done some dirty work for you, and you think I've never kept my own evidence. Are you talking about this? You, how did you get that? How did you know where I hid them? Do you really think I didn't know about your little tricks? I have my men tailing you 24/7 after all. You're just a pawn in my hand. I couldn't just let you wander around as you wish, could I? You want to threaten me with some tapes? You're so naive. Even without those tapes, I still have other ways. You've conspired with Zhu Mingyu and have told me to murder Choi Yong-han's son during a mission, just to instigate a war between Choi and Lieutenant King's just so Joe could benefit from the losses. If I leaked this information to the Muslim gang, I can guarantee the people against Zhu would take you out. There wouldn't be much evidence. Speaking of Lieutenant King, if he ever heard about what he had done, he would never let you get away. I don't care if I will be sent to prison or not anymore. I want my conscience back, and I swear I'll take you down with me. Well, that's really unfortunate. You weren't like this a few years ago when I first sent you into Unit 4. Back then you were a coward who didn't even dare look me in the eyes. I guess you've grown these past few years with Kang. What a shame. I will really miss you since I'll never see you again. As long as you let me go home, I swear I'll never tell anyone to anyone. I'll have nothing to do with any of this. I do believe that you won't tell anyone, and I'm confident about that because dead men tell no tales. Then I heard the son's gunfire and the body falling, and a weak and brief groan. Neither voice said anything else. All I could hear was the sound of a door being opened and closed as well, something being dragged. Must have been the sound of Kim Jong-ho cleaning up the entire crime scene and taking Min-jun's body away. After that, the recorder kept going. There was no more sound. Officer Min-jun must have started the recording via remote control, but he never was able to stop it. Pressed the button, stared at the dark mark. I could see how he struggled to paint the table leg with his own blood in the final moments of life while avoid being seen. Opened my clenched fist. Gave him a salute. Ooh. Well, that was both lucky on my part for... It's weird, because it's like that, I think there might have been something to tell me exactly where to look for the number, but at the same time, just by looking at, like, what the numbers meant, might have been enough to sort of piece together. Because Min-jun, if I actually go back and look at the numbers, it was 857142. Abundance, marriage, perfection, leader, stability, partnership. I'm thinking Minjun said something about that at some point. Maybe when I was sort of just reading subconsciously, but I didn't really pay attention to it. But I'm thinking abundance, marriage, perfection. That sounds like it's talking about Kang. And leader, stability, partnership. That also sounds like talking about Kang. So maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. But I will see you guys next time. Remember to have a good day. And remember, just because something doesn't make sense doesn't mean it's stupid. Because that guessing game sure was stupid.